Welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Mathematician. I'm your host, Mr. Hill, and we're continuing on with tangent lines. So here's an example of what our graph is going to be. So we have a function x squared minus 1, and we want to find the slope of the tangent line at that point. So if we have negative 2, and we find f of negative 2, we're going to get negative 2 squared minus 1, which is 3. So 2, negative 3, that's the point we're looking for. So if we look about a visual, we have our very curvy axes lines. We're going to have our graph. And at the point negative 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So at this point, we want to find the slope of the tangent line. So the slope of the tangent line that touches that. So that's what we're trying to find. How are we going to find it? Well, if we go back to our definition, we have, our definition says the limit as h approaches 0 of our f of a plus h minus our f of a all over h is equal to the slope of our tangent. So the slope of our tangent is going to be that. Every single time you see slope of the tangent, you think of this. That's just what it is. It's going to be, as a review, this is our secant slope, and it's going to be as our secant slope makes our slope smaller and smaller, so it becomes our tangent slope. So secant slope, and then we just add the limit to it. So what does that even mean? What are we even doing here? All right, so let's dive into it. So if we have our function, our f of x, and we want to find f of a plus h, we just have composition of function here, and then f of a would equal a squared minus 1. So now, if we look at our slope, we have the limit as h approaches 0 of our f of a plus h, which is a plus h squared minus 1 minus our a squared minus 1 all over h. Do some algebra here, keep the limits going. We have a squared plus 2, come on, that's a 2, plus 2ah plus h squared minus 1 minus a squared plus 1, and that's all over h. And if we look at things start canceling. We have an a squared, a 1, a 1. So all we're left with is the limit as h approaches 0 of 2ah plus h squared over h. Well, there's an h in every term. So now we have the limit as h approaches 0, and we're just going to take out our h there. We have 2a plus h, and what happens when we substitute 0 in for h? We're left with 2a. So let's bring it all back. The slope of our tangent line is going to be 2a. But what is a? A are going to be the values of your x's. So these are going to be your a values. Because if you go back to the picture on the first page, a is your starting points. So all of the values, all of these values, every single one of them, can be an a. But what specifically a are we looking for? Our a in this case is negative 2. So the slope of our tangent line is equal to 2a. And at our point, negative 2, 3, the slope of our tangent line is equal to 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4. So the slope of the tangent line at that point is equal to negative 4.